Hello Scorpio, welcome to your reading for July 2021. This is a general reading for you Scorpio. It's a reading for Scorpio Sun, Rising and Moon sign. If you would like to book a private reading, you can follow the link below to my website and you can book a reading that's going to be specific to you. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to my channel. If you like this video, I would really appreciate if you'd give it a thumbs up. That helps my video to be out there, and it also helps me in bringing more videos like this to you. So I appreciate your support. I also read all your comments. I do read the comments. So thank you for all of that as well. I've been meditating on your energy, and it's taken me a while to sort of sit and meditate, with the energy, because I do like to give messages this positive slant. But sometimes in life, the cycles are such that there are things that we need to face. There's things that we need to work on. There's things that we need to unblock and move on to allow the flow of better things to come in and take its place. So it's about, when adversity strikes us, when there's things that we need to learn, it's about learning those things. If we don't, we get this sense of being stuck, and it just keeps, you're in this loop of having this situation repeating itself in different forms. For you, my lovely Scorpios, this month is really a month where you have this opportunity to look at aspects of your life that may not be falling into place, aspects of your life that you may have regrets about, aspects of your life where there is a cycle that keeps repeating. This is an opportunity to look at those and move them on. It's interesting because I have drawn some cards from the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck, and I have two cards came out for you. You've got the curse. Sounds ominous, doesn't it? The curse. But it's not. The curse is about looking at what are you bringing through into this lifetime from your ancestors? What conditioning, what learning, what genetic imprints are coming through with you? For example, the scarcity of food, or scarcity of money, or fear of opening up and really loving someone, fear of betrayal, fear of being robbed of what you have, so that you're holding on to it really tightly. That's what the curse is about. It sounds ominous. It does sound ominous, but it's not really. It's about looking at what is repeating itself in this lifetime that needs to be cleared. And you don't necessarily need to know what lifetime it came from or what the situation was. It's about acknowledging this fear of you may be working on a business or working at a job, and you're working really hard, but it doesn't equate to a good income. So what is it in you? We create our reality. What is going on within is reflected without. And so what's going on in that reality that is creating that cycle? Do you have a deep-seated genetic imprint of a lack of money? A fear of having too much money, where you have this fear of, there's a lack of money, you have that, and that permeates into your reality, so that it doesn't allow that flow to happen, just to allow that flow of money, that flow of abundance to come through. It could have to do with relationships, it could have to do with work, it could have to do with trust of others. What is it for you? What needs to be looked at? What needs to be moved on? What needs to be lifted, cleared away? So what they're showing me here is it's like this sort of forest, and we need to create a clearing so that we can build a home. We need to create a clearing so that we can lay down foundations and build this solid structure, which is us, which is you, with this strong foundation. But there needs to be the clearing. You can't build on unstable ground. That needs to be cleared. It needs to be strengthened. That's that putting in that work and clearing beliefs that have been inherited through conditioning. Not intentionally. Nobody does these things intentionally. It's subconsciously, but you pick these things up. The next card that I've got for you was the Sweat Lodge, and that's really appropriate to the curse, because the Sweat Lodge is a structure that was dug, a hole dug into the ground, and a mud structure built over that hole, and you have volcanic rocks and heat inside, so that there's a lot of steam, and you sit in there and you sweat it out. You sweat out the toxins. The Sweat Lodge in this instance is about you, my lovely Scorpios, going into the Sweat Lodge willingly to delve deep, to delve into the depths of your psyche, into your shadow self, to dislodge and sweat out all those thought patterns and cycles that are buried in there, that can be painful to bring to the surface and release, absolutely. And being in the Sweat Lodge isn't a comfortable way to be. If you've ever been in a sauna where you're sitting in a sauna, it's not comfortable. But wow, when you come out and have that cold shower, you feel fantastic. You feel absolutely cleansed. Sweat Lodge is the same in the sense of you're going in there to sweat out those thought patterns, those cycles, those conditioning, the fear, the maybe hatred, maybe lack of love, maybe lack of prosperity, whatever it is, sweating it out. And when you come out of the Sweat Lodge, you feel so much lighter. You feel invigorated. You feel ready to allow life to flow through you. And that's what's coming up here for you. You are given, and it's not coming up for you. It's not something that's going to be forced on you, my lovely Scorpions. It's about embracing it if you are ready to embrace it. Understanding that the opportunity to do this may not come around again for quite a while. And so it's about seeing this opportunity this month where the stars are aligning for these emotions to be stirred, and allowing them to be stirred so that you can cleanse yourself of them and then move on in your true sense, in your true essence. Forgiveness of others, forgiveness of the self, whatever it is for you, however it's wrapped. Then you have, that's pretty intense. That's intense, but it would be so good to do, so good to do. And then you have the Seahorse, which is equality. The Seahorse, equality. And that's the outcome of this curse and the Sweat Lodge. Equality. Seahorses go with the current. They go with the flow. They swim around happily. They don't swim upstream. They go with the flow. They allow life to provide for them. Food comes to them. They anchor themselves onto something in the ocean. And then release that and go with the current, go with the flow. So it's about going with the flow, feeling balanced and equal. There's no hierarchy. Everyone is on an equal footing. Being balanced and being at peace. That's the energy that the Seahorse brings to you. Let me read that. I'm going to read that to you because it does read beautifully. This is from the Divine Animal Oracle. So the Seahorse is your totem for the month, your totem animal. Let's have a look what it says. The Seahorse. Seek equality in relationships, in particular intimate ones. You will attract what you resonate. And so by cleansing and releasing what's no longer relevant, your vibration's going to rise. And so you will attract that will be matched. That will be matched. You can decide your future. Hiding from our fears is rarely a good strategy. It's time to ensure that the domestic and emotional labour in your world is shared equally. There's a fairness and a sharing, the magic that the Seahorse brings to you. Like most ocean-based elemental magic, the keys here are flow and fluidity, However, seahorse magic can be best utilized through issues of equality. If you want to be seen as an equal, or you are being discriminated against in sex, race, or status, you can ask for the help of seahorse energy and receive balance and justice. So it's about balance, it's about harmony, it's about justice, it's about fairness that the seahorse brings to you. I am going to, my lovely Scorpios, create the Celtic cross for you to see what further meanings are coming through for you for July, what energy is coming through for you for July as you move through, to help you with your journey through July. It's interesting. Interesting layout. I will show you these cards as we go through. I will talk them through, see how they are interconnected, because they are always interconnected, and that also gives you quite a, there you go, quite a good meaning. And it's of course what my guides say, what my guides bring through for you as well. Let's have a look. Okay, so it's about losing resistance. If you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like the cycles are repeating, oh, this is coming up again. Why is this coming up again? I'm on this loop. Same old's repeating itself. This is an opportunity for you to work through. You've got to understand that this is a reflection of what's going on within you. And you can break those barriers anytime you want by working on it, by really looking at the psyche, looking at the shadow self, so that you can progress, so that you can move forward. So if you're feeling that sort of restriction emotionally, physically, with work, socially, whatever it is for you, it's up to you to be able to move that on and to change it. And, you know, there's victory here. It's like, you know, you're collecting all these obstacles you've had, all these things that you've had to face, all these challenges that you've had, and you've collected them all. And so it's about also, is there victory in that? Is there victory in hoarding and bearing grudges and holding on to situations? There's no victory in that. It's about where you might think, yeah, you know, I've got this, you know, I'll keep this resentment and I'll keep that. All it's doing is damaging the self. It's only damaging you. It's about understanding that you can release those. You may have won the battle, but, you know, have you won the war? Have you really? It's about what is going on within you, and holding on to resentments doesn't hurt anyone but you know, the person that's holding on to those resentments. And so it's about, it may be a false victory that you have here. It's crossed with the Death card, which is really interesting because what that is saying to you is it's time to put an end to that. Let's close that chapter. July is the sort of the middle of the month, and it's time now to, it's you know, the start of the next 6 months. It's time to release anything that's no longer relevant. Release the resentment. Release whatever you're holding on to from the past. Put an end to it. It's time to put an end to it, because then there's rebirth, there's new growth, there's new opportunities that come your way. You're going to feel differently. It's like you walking into the sweat lodge. It's interesting, isn't it, how those cards really summarize what's going on here. It's like you walking into the sweat lodge and coming out lighter, coming out ready to go with the flow. Because it takes a lot of energy. You know, holding on to things takes a lot of energy. Takes a lot of energy. You're also being asked here to change your perspective, change your views, look at things differently. The star is also about real balance, real harmony and peace. When you're up high, you can see the whole view. You can see it, the whole area. You can see high above, you know, the terrain below. But it's also, it gives you a different perspective. So by moving everything on, you're going to have a different outlook, a different perspective on what's going on, which is going to be very, very beneficial in you moving forward, because it's also going to give you, you've got the Hierophant, which is a religious, spiritual connection. This is spiritual knowledge. This is higher knowledge. So you're going to have that higher knowledge. You're going to have that spiritual connection. You're going to have a higher vibration. So this is all weighing you down. Releasing this that you've been carrying too long now is going to allow you to reach higher dimensions, higher vibrations. Connect with your guides, connect with spirit. I'm going to draw another card here too as well. It's about higher knowledge, spiritual knowledge. That's going to be the result of you releasing a whole lot of things. Commitment. Oh, there you go. Commitment. That's really interesting because you've got the star again. Commitment. Isn't that nice? I want to read that. 36. Let's have a look. 36:9. It's completions. It's time to complete. You've got the key. You've got the key to your own awareness and opening. You've got the key. You've been given the key. Are you going to take it? Are you going to embrace it? A true commitment is a responsibility of the heart, mind, body, and soul. This is a good time to make one. And it's a commitment to releasing the past, releasing what's holding you back, not through any fault of your own in many cases. It's ancestral, acknowledging it and releasing it. Partnerships formed at this time are harmonious and powerful. The commitment card also indicates the natural evolution of a relationship from its inception to a literal or metaphorical marriage. This is it's a relationship. I feel like this is speaking of a relationship with the self, a relationship with you. At the very least, there is a promise of fulfillment in some form. However, you must be conscious of what you're committing to. Be clear about the nature of your commitment and your responsibility to it. Others are more willing to enter into partnerships at this time. Remember that your partnership with spirit and the highest version of your own self will engage the highest self in another. And so by having, and that's what is important here for you, this connection and engagement with spirit creates a shift within you, and you have then bring in higher vibrational situations and things into your life. I like that, Scorpio, I like that. You've also got the Devil card here. So you're cleansing yourself, you're unblocking yourself, you're getting rid of what is no longer relevant, which is, it's not, and I, don't say that lightly, because that's quite a journey, that it's quite an intense journey that if you choose to take it on with the energy that's around you, you will benefit greatly. And then it's about being your own person, not taking shortcuts, not falling back into your old patterns, but really working at self-enlightenment, self-improvement, being a different person, not allowing others to bring you down, and maintaining your high vibration. Don't allow others to pull your strings here. That's the word of advice that you're being given. What am I being told? This one, Wisdom Oracle. Let's have a look. It's about really being your own person. It's about, can I have a card, please? Oh, okay. Can I have a card, please, for Scorpio? Can I have a card? There we go. That just flew out. Let's have a look at what that has to say. Serendipity. Serendipity. It's time. It's time. Again, it's 18, which is 9. Again, that number seems to, synchronicity, that number seems to come up for you time and time again. It's a time of endings of the old way and giving birth to new. And serendipity is like synchronicities. It's things that happen that help you in your path, in your journey. It's Lady Luck is at play here. So stay true to yourself and allow that goodness to flow through as well. You've also got the Knight of Cups, and this is about moving forward on a this is your suit, cups, the emotions, and charging ahead into your future. And I feel, when I'm saying charging ahead, I feel lighter. I feel open to any potential, any goodness that's coming into your life, and not being afraid to move forward unencumbered, move forward with lightness. Any obstacles that are going to come in your way, any obstacles that are there, you're supported. You're supported by spirit. You're supported by people around you as well. There's nothing serious or huge that you're needing to overcome from this point. So if you overcome these issues in the very beginning, the little hiccups along the way are going to be just that, little hiccups along the way. So they're nothing that's burdensome or heavy. You've also got the Knight of Wands. There's a lot of Knight energy, which is movement energy, moving forward energy. The Knight of Wands is pursuing your life's purpose, pursuing your passion, pursuing things with enthusiasm and joy. Charging ahead, not being afraid of the future, not being afraid of planning, not being afraid of forward movement. I so like that. And then you have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is a male or female, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini person that is around sun, rising, moon sign. Is a thinker, a very strong person, very practical, a very good communicator that is there to support you and move you to that next. I feel like you're journeying to that next, what we call the next level, journeying to a new place, a new way of being. There's newness coming in around you from August on. Once you do this work, let's leave this behind in this part of the year, and in the next half of the year, let's bring in the newness. Let's bring in, it's about being a good communicator for you as well. This card speaks of being a good communicator. Thinking before you put anything into action. New learning. But having confidence in where you're headed and what you want to fulfill and what you're moving towards, being confident about that and your forward movement. I'm going to draw a card from the Divine Abundance deck. Let's see what, here we go, that has to say. That's interesting because you have trust. The butterfly, which is about transformation. Transformation, trusting, having your hands open, trusting that if the butterfly is meant to be yours, it is. What's meant to be yours will come to you and stay with you. What's not meant to be yours will fly off to where it's needing to be. Trust in the process. Trust to allow people, situations to leave if they need to leave. If they're meant to be yours, if it's meant to be yours, it will be. It will come to you. Allow me, Divine, to give you my deepest longings, trusting you to know exactly how to handle them. So hand it over to the highest, to your higher self, to your guides, to Source, to whatever it is you want to call it. That's quite a journey, my lovely Scorpio. It's quite a journey of learning, an opportunity to expand your wisdom and growth and move with the flow of bringing more goodness and love and anything that you're seeking into your life by making space, by clearing out what you're holding on to that isn't necessary, that is holding you back. So I wish you love, light and blessings, my lovely Scorpio. If you like this video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up to help me get more of these videos out to you. And if you would like to book a private reading, you can follow the link below and book a reading from there.